This is Quigg and Cassius for IFL TV. We're in the town hall here in Manchester for the press conference for Rise Up on the 19th of April, Thronesview Arena. With me I've got trainer Joe Gallagher. Joe, let's jump straight into it. You said that when I spoke to you the other day that this fight wouldn't happen, now it is happening. What's happened?
I always did want the fight to happen all the time. Obviously we wanted Ricky Burns to win, that didn't happen, so the next logical fight was John Murray. There was no point fighting John Murray after his first fight because Anthony would have got stick for saying, well, John Murray was over the hill the other day. But now he's beat John Simpson. Everyone thinks John Murray's the next second coming, so Anthony Crolla being paid huge money for this, 3 times over and 4. I cannot allow Anthony not turn that fight down against John Murray. It's got to be a great fight and we've got everything we wanted, so I'm very happy and it's a great deal and makes common sense for Anthony Crolla against his former sparring partner.
You also said that you thought that John Murray should fight Scott Cardle as well. Do you still feel that's
well? Scott Cardle suffered a cut, didn't he? So that ruled him out of the equation. And there was the Manchester show here, and obviously, like you say, the money that was presented for Anthony to fight John Murray, we just couldn't turn it down. It's 3 times, Quigg, anything Anthony's ever earned before. Just think about it, what you get for it 3 times. Some kids don't get that for challenging for world titles, mate, and Anthony can't turn that down, mate, and the options that come with it as well is fantastic. Obviously with the possibility of Ricky Burns after it, you just can't turn that down, so it's a great fight against John Murray, and John Murray's a great former British champion, European champion. Everyone's raving about him after his win over Simpson, so when Anthony does win, he'll get the proper plaudits and not, well, John was finished anyway.
What did you make of his comments in the press conference about in referring it to you believing it's always a Joe Gallagher show, etc, etc? What did you make of them comments?
No, not at all. I don't think it's a Joe Gallagher show. He sounded a bit bitter, to be honest. I think it's I've got Scott Quigg, the world champion, on the bill, top of the bill. I've Jose Burton for a title, and I've Anthony Crolla fighting him in a thing. So I'm a trainer, and like all press conferences, when you go to America and wherever else, the top of the bill always has the trainer alongside him. And the fact that I've got 3 fighters on, and it's nothing to do about being the Joe Gallagher show. The fact that I used to train John and train Anthony Crolla, I'm bound to get asked questions by everybody. Press yourself. How does it make you feel after training a kid for so long? In the end, just walk out of the gymnasium, not tell you that he leaves you, and fighting your other new protege, Anthony Crolla. So bound to get asked questions. So it's not the Joe Gallagher show, but I'll be instrumental in Anthony Crolla beating John Murray.
Okay. This aside, the fight itself is a cracking fight for the British public, for Manchester. On paper, it's got everything you want.
I've just saying there, I can't remember a better fight in Manchester between 2 Mancunians. There was fights that never happened. Tony Akubia, Pat Barrett, Steve Foster, Ensley Bingham, that never happened over the years. But this fight, 2 kids, both been involved fight of the years before. Crolla with Derry, John with Kevin Mitchell. And I do feel this is a fantastic fight, a great battle of Manchester. Like you say, it's a fight itself. Like, it's not the top of the bill act, but it could easily be. And it's got to be, you've got the right ingredients. You've got one half red with Anthony Crolla, the other half blue with John Murray, and like I say, it's got to be a great fight.
Just finally, obviously Scott Quigg. Scott!
Go on. Go on.
Is he going?
I don't know, go on.
Scott Quigg defending his world title against Naomo Serrano. It's going to be a difficult test for him.
Huge tough test. The kid obviously he's beat Christian Maharas twice. Christian Maharas is the mandatory to Santa Cruz and his fights him Saturday night. Yeah, he's Drew Salinas. This is the toughest fight, and I think with Scott Quigg, what we've got to do is we've got to stop the rot. Obviously, Darren Barker's lost his title, Ricky Burns has lost his title, and it's up to Scott Quigg now to stop the rot and keep these world title belts in Britain. There's 3 at the moment: Froch, Quigg, and Stewie Hall, and I'm sure Scott Quigg isn't got to make it 3rd time lucky for any travelling opposition to take a world title from us.
Alright Joe, listen, I know you've got to go, so thanks for talking to us. I'm sure we'll be catching up with you in the lead up to this fight before then. So
brilliant, no problem. I'll see you in Liverpool next week.
No problem. Quigg and Cassius, Joe Gallagher, IFL TV.